Oh boy. Easy does it. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Justin from Chit here. I wanted to sort of get the ball rolling on this weekly sort of recap of what I've played, what I've gotten, what I'm excited to talk about, and kind of use it as a way to talk with you a little bit, you know, talk with you about what you might be playing, some thoughts on some of the stuff I've been playing. I thought this would be a really cool thing to do, and I wanted to give it a shot. So this is my first one here now that I'm back in the office. We had a guest. She was kind of sleeping on the office floor over there, so she left, and now we're back in the office here. So let's go over some of the stuff that we've been playing, some of the stuff that I've gotten that I'm excited about, and just get it rolling. I'm kind of going to run through this pretty quickly, especially because my camera turns off after a while. So this first game is called Jiraku. This was a really cool game, and this was one that actually was suggested by someone in a Facebook group, actually, and I thought the idea was kind of cool. The concept sounded neat, and I wanted to get it and check it out. It is actually a trick-taking game where you have to control these provinces in front of you, and you have to move around because you score in different rounds, and the amount of points that you can get, it will change in a certain province. A certain province might start being, you know, high scoring, and then towards the end of the game will shift, and it won't really be worth very much towards the end of the game, so you will have had to move on from there. That was a really, really neat game. We only played this once so far, so I don't really have too much to say about it so far, but it was a really neat concept. I'm excited to play it again, and I will probably actually bring it out to some meetups just so I can get played some more and get some feedback from some other people about it. This next game, this is a really cool game. I like this a lot. I'm probably actually going to do a full video review of this, so I'm not going to talk about it too much right now, but Whitehall Mystery is a spiritual successor to Letters from Whitechapel, which is over here in the corner. I'm not going to say too much about this because I don't want to spoil it, but this was a really fun one. I like it a lot, and I think I'm kind of going to answer the question of whether or not you need to own both at all, or whether one kind of obsoletes with the other. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. Flamme Rouge I got a trade offer for, and then my wife revealed to me that she loves this game and does not want me to trade this away, so I held on to it, and we actually played it again because I was like, you love it so much, let's play it. We'll see how it is. And this is a game that I think I have mixed feelings about. When I reviewed this already, I'll pop the link to the review down in the comments, but when I reviewed it I kind of felt like it's cool. It's a little dull, I think, but I think it's like it's meant to bring out when you just kind of want a relaxing evening. There's not really too much to think about. But one of the things that I did praise it on, and I continue to praise it on, is that this game seems like it has the ability to adapt. You can create house rules for this game. You could say, when I take a turn, I think I'm going to take an exhaustion card, or try that, you know, like try a variant. You could make up variants for this very easily because it's a fairly simple game. And I like that about it. I'm interested to see what the upcoming expansion Peloton has in store. Another game that we played, this is something that I also really love and I reviewed. I'll put the link to that in the description. Bunny Kingdom. This is such a fun game. I really like this game a lot. The area control element, along with everyone draws up a hand of cards, drafts it, those all have some sort of effect on the board, or you get these parchments, which kind of give you goals to work for. This is a really neat game. Surprisingly simple, but surprisingly deep, and everyone I've played with this was pretty impressed by it. You know, they kind of like, huh, okay, yeah, I get it, and that's a cool game. And then, one game that we've just been playing the hell out of is Port Royal. This is a reprint, and I will probably also do a review for this. I might just do a written review for this. But this has been such a fun game. This is really cool. Alexander Pfister, who you know probably more recently from Great Western Trail, and this is a really clever, very simple sort of press your luck game that has like an upgradable element to it. It plays pretty quickly, really neat. But that really kind of re-inspired me to get back into Euro games. It's not like a Euro game, but it's like the art is by Franz Clemens. Ignore this art. The art is by Franz Clemens, and it just got me thinking. I was like, man, you know, I really love worker placement, busy, do shit on the board games, and it's been a while since I, have really been very, very passionate and kind of engaged in those. So, as a result, oh my god, I made a silly acquisition, The Gallerist, which I've been very excited to get my hands on ever since it was getting reprinted. I've been excited about this, so I was definitely going to get it when it was available again, but then I also kind of just jumped on this as well, Lisboa. The more I learned a little bit about Vital Lacerda games and came to research why I would want one over the other, I decided I would also get this game. So these look really cool. Oop. And I'm excited about getting those. The next couple of things I got in a trade, actually. So I did a trade for Guilds of London. I traded that away. Guilds of London is a fun game. It's just a kind of a bear to teach because the learning curve is very high on Guilds of London. There is a lot of iconography in it, and you really do have to play several times in order to get good. And it made it very hard to, you know, bring out every once in a while. It's really the sort of thing that you really got to hunker down and play several games in fairly rapid succession to kind of get your head around. And it's like the sort of game where I kept finding myself, we would play, and halfway through I'd be like, I wish we could start over right now. And it just made it a little difficult to get out to the table. So I did a trade. I traded that away. I traded 2 of the Unlock games because I had played them. I knew what happened. So I traded those away as well. And something else which I can't seem to remember. But I got Masters of Commerce. This is the first edition of Panic on Wall Street, which is a sort of like real-time negotiation sort of wheel and deal sort of game. In this, there are 2 sets of players. You split into managers and investors, and then among those, only one manager and one investor can win. So there's 2 winners, and that looks like a pretty neat concept. I also got Inish, which Logan has played before. You probably recognize him from the channel and from podcasts and things. He said this was a decent game, so I picked this up in a trade. I've had my eye on it for a while. I don't know much about it other than Logan was like, I said to Logan, these are the things I'm willing to trade, and this is what somebody's offering me. And he said, that sounds like a good trade. You should get that and check it out. So I did. I trusted him on it. And then One Deck Dungeon, which is a game that I've already had, I actually got a second copy of so that I can play with up to 4 players. This is a fun little game, and one of my great memories of this is one night when my wife and I were traveling, we were stuck in traffic, and we had to stop and get a hotel in Richmond, Virginia, and we played One Deck Dungeon into the night, and that was a lot of fun. So she said she wanted to play with more people, and I agreed with that, so I got it. Other new acquisitions, Magic Maze, Kinderspiel nominee. Have not played this, but looks like an interesting concept of, you know, not being able to speak to the other players and having to have them guide you through the game. That looks pretty cool. Drawing Dead, this was kind of my wild card, pun intended. Added this onto my recent order just to kind of see what it was about. Looks like a cool concept. It was cheap enough. The art's cool. The concept is neat. It's new. And you know, this designer and publisher, this is, you know, someone I'm not really very familiar with, so I always try to, like, you know, find something new. And then, of course, this came out today, Legend of the Five Rings. I have, you know, kind of reluctantly got into LCGs. I would say Arkham Horror really put me there into those LCGs. I kind of avoided them because of the investment. And also that deck building aspect I never really thought I would be into, and then I got into it with Arkham Horror. But I'm interested to try this out. I will likely not go hard into it. And as with Game of Thrones, I just have a core set, and that's probably where I want to keep it. I thought this might be also something that I would check out just as a core set sort of thing, and if I'm not into it, I'll trade it away. So that's more or less it. Some of these things are probably things that you can expect to see maybe in reviews that are coming up that I might do. Some stuff on the website, might do some videos, but I wanted to at least get the ball rolling on this and talk to you guys a little bit about you know, how your week's been, what you've been doing. So down in the comments below, please just, you know, hit me back. Let me know what you've been playing, what you're excited about. If you're excited about brand new releases that just came out, or Lisboa, also brand new, and let me know your thoughts. All right, we'll talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll see you in the videos, and we'll talk to you later.